Wow, this is really heavy. Really, you could do your arm workout after you cooked, you know? Hi, I'm Rachel. Welcome to my kitchen sink. Today we're gonna make the ultimate mac and cheese. If it's your first time here, click subscribe below. I got all my ingredients from Trader Joe's and I spent a total of $33. I actually have friends coming over later today, so this amount you can probably make good enough for 6. I got my recipe from New York Times and All Recipes. I just started to take bits and pieces from different recipes and made it my own now. So these are the ones that we would need to cut up. The block of extra sharp cheddar, I guess that was a dangerous move. People always tell me that when I cut stuff, it looks really scary. I don't really know why, but if you have a safe way of chopping things up, let me know in the comments. So the reason why we want to cut these up into little cubes is because then it'll melt more evenly throughout. One of the things I would say is any recipe that tells you like, put this much cheese, just double it. I'm gonna cut up the spicy jalapeno sausage also into like little chunks. The last time I made this was in Vancouver when my family was visiting from Taiwan. I made a huge pot of mac and cheese and it was my first time cooking for my niece and nephew, so I was really happy. I like to cut them up even smaller chunks just because I don't want it to be overpowering everything else. My cooking routine is that I always cook in these bunny slippers. I don't know if you can see, but I'm wearing them. I think because I didn't grow up with my parents cooking, I started to make a lot of things and want to make stew, make a lot of like comfort food. And I actually didn't start cooking till probably late last year. I'm using bacon and sausage. You can pan fry whatever meat you decide to use. I'll use 3. I went to a restaurant for brunch. They had this mac and cheese breakfast dish on their menu. And I was like, oh wow, like I've never thought about adding bacon in there. Every time I went to any type of restaurant, whether it's like a diner to like a fancy restaurant, they always have mac and cheese on the side and I'd always order it. And my friends are like, are you becoming like a mac and cheese critic? If you guys have a tip for me of what you like to add in your mac and cheese, definitely let me know. Now I'm gonna make the macaroni and the cheese sauce at the same time. I'm gonna tie my hair up because now it's about to get serious. Wow, this hair tie is tight. Okay, now I'm ready. And we'll just wait for that to boil. And then I'm gonna turn the bacon into tiny little pieces, this tiny. I started really loving mac and cheese in college. It was one of the things that I made from like Instant Pot, like craft dinner. I never locked my dorm room door. And I came home one day finding that my whole room smelled like mac and cheese. And I see that pot open, but I never made it that day. And then I found out it was my 3 friends that lived next door. They came in, made mac and cheese, ate it, and left. Justina, really why? I used to always just make it from the box. I got so into it and I'm like, I'm gonna start actually making a gourmet mac and cheese. What makes this dish the ultimate mac and cheese is a lot of times you'll find recipes that says 3 cheeses. This was 4 cheeses. And then I'm gonna add 3 cups of milk. It gets a little chunky if I'm not stirring it constantly. So this is a part where I have to keep watching this pot. Multitask. The first time I was making this, I was thinking like, wow, this is a lot of liquid. But once the cheese goes in, everything becomes thick. So the first time I was kind of worried that it's gonna turn into a pot of hot milk. I'm gonna add the macaroni in. And we're gonna get to the good part. We'll make it rain! Don't do it at home if it's not safe. Don't waste cheese. I just love watching cheese melt. It's so satisfying and it smells amazing. I just like to sprinkle here and there. Grated Parmesan cheese. My 4th cheese. Oh yeah. Give it a shake and probably can drain more. I'm gonna add the bacon, sausage, and the macaroni. So I'm gonna set this aside and I'm gonna make some breadcrumbs. I learned this little trick from Whole Foods and they add red chili pepper flakes into the breadcrumbs and it's so good. Can you see how it's getting a little golden brown? Now I'm gonna transfer everything to this casserole dish. Wow, this is heavy. I think this is more than 6 people. What do you guys think? I'm gonna pop this into the oven for 15 minutes at 350 degrees. Aren't these the most intense oven gloves you've ever seen? Like, what are they really for? And it's ready! Oh, it smells so cheesy. I had a little taste of it. I think I could have added more cheese. So my tip, always go more. So am I really cooking or am I gardening with these gloves? Garden the cheese with love. Check out the full recipe in the description below. Before I dig in, one last thing. Can't forget the ketchup. I just love eating mac and cheese with ketchup. Do you guys? Now we can dig in. Perfect. I love making mac and cheese and it's pretty easy to just make for 6 to 10 people. I have such good memories of eating that dish with a bunch of people I love. To watch more videos, click here, and to subscribe, click here.